On Thursday, the 28th of March 2019, astute politician, elder statesman, national leader of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC and former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu marked his 67th birthday anniversary at the International Conference Center, Abuja. The celebration also doubled as the 11th Bola Tinubu Colloquium. The Bola Tinubu Colloquium is a special academic conference held as part of activities to mark the birthday celebration of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. It focuses on tackling critical issues affecting the government and people of Nigeria. The theme of the 2019 edition was Next Level, Work for People. Asiwaju Bola Adekunle Tinubu, the Jagaban of Bogu Kingdom in Niger State, was born on the 29th of March 1952 in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu attended St. John's Primary School, Aroloya, Lagos, and Children's Home School in Ibadan. He proceeded to the United States in 1975, where he studied first at Richard J. Daley College in Chicago, Illinois, and later at Chicago State University, where he graduated in 1979 with a Bachelor of Science degree in accounting. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's political career began in 1992 on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, where he was a member of the faction of the People's Front, led by Shehu Musa Yaradua, including other politicians such as Dakbo Sarumi, Abdullahi Aliyu Sumaila, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and Yomi Edu. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was elected into the Nigerian Senate to represent Lagos West constituency in the short-lived Third Republic. After the results of the June 12, 1993 presidential elections were annulled, Senator Bola Tinubu became a founding member of the Pro-Democracy National Democratic Coalition, a group which mobilized support for the restoration of democracy and recognition of the results of the June 12 election. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu was two-term governor of Lagos State, during which the state was greatly transformed. To celebrate a man with a formidable drive for excellence, dignitaries from different walks of life gathered at the International Conference Center, Abuja, for the 11th Bola Tinubu Colloquium. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, was ably represented at the event by the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who was in company of his wife, Her Excellency, Mrs. Dolakwa Osinbajo. The celebrant, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, and his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, Senator Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan, Senator Gbenga Shafa, Senator Chris Ngige, APC women leader Chief Mrs. Kemi Nelson were all present. Governors present were Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abdullahi Ganduje, Governor of Oyo State, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, Governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Rotimi Akeredolu, Governor of Plateau State, Governor Simon Lalong, Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Abdulaziz Abubakar Yari, and Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. The Governor-elect of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and his deputy, Dr. Olufemi Hamzat, former Governor of Ekiti State, Engineer Segun Oni, former Governor of Osun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, the Chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, were also at the event. The royal fathers present were the Oni of Ife, His Imperial Majesty Oba Adeyeye Togunsi, Oba Gabriel Arumolaro of Ijesha Land, the Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, Oba Rufus Adeyema Adejugbe, the Oshemawe of Ondo Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Oba Victor Kiladejo, among other very important personalities. In the opening remarks of the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, he thanked everyone for coming to honor a national icon and a treasure, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, adding that the theme of the 11th Bola Tinubu Colloquium, Next Level, Work for the People, is coming at a time when Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has successfully led the All Progressives Congress APC to victory in the 2019 general elections, a time when Nigerians are eagerly looking forward to the next level in progress, policies, economic growth, social welfare, and increased national security. Governor Akinwumi Ambode ended by congratulating the youngest 67-year-old Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
Welcome you all to this event. I ask you to join me in wishing a very happy birthday to the man for whom we have all gathered today. A man of high political dexterity, the dogged national leader of our great party, the All Progressives Congress, and a man of undoubted courage and political acumen. This year's colloquium is coming at a time when Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has spearheaded our party to victory in the general elections at the Federal, National Assembly, Governorship, and State Assembly elections. This colloquium is coming at a time when the APC has spread its progressive tentacles even further in the country. And this colloquium is coming at a time when Nigerians are eagerly looking forward to the next level in progressive policies, economic growth, social welfare, and increased national security. The theme of this colloquium, Next Level, Work for People, is perfectly conceived as it fits the moment.
The Bola Tinubu colloquium, themed Next Level, Work for People, later commenced as different speakers mounted the podium to outline and showcase government's efforts to add millions of jobs over the next 4 years through policies and investments in agriculture, industrialization, technology, and the creative sector. The first speaker, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Investment, Dr. Okechukwu Enelema, talked about the Made in Nigeria for Export MINE initiative. Dr. Enelema stressed that the project has set ambitious targets over the next 10 years, which include boosting manufacturing share of the GDP to 20%, creating 1.5 million jobs in manufacturing, generating $30 billion in the non-oil sector annually, among others. Dr. Okechukwu Enelema added that the projects have already kicked off in 3 areas: Eimba City in Abia State, the Lekki Model Industrial Park in Lagos, which he described as a world-class manufacturing zone, and the Funtua Cotton Cluster in Katsina State, where he said cotton will be aggregated from over 800,000 farmers for manufacturing purposes.
What are the objectives of Project Made in Nigeria for Export? Number 1 is to boost the share of manufacturing to our gross domestic product to 20%. If you look at most of the countries that have achieved full employment or meaningful employment, manufacturing is a major part of the GDP. In Nigeria, it's only 10%. We believe we must push for manufacturing to move up to closer to 20%. We believe we can create, like we said, at least 1.5 million jobs over the next 5 to 10 years as Project MINE is fully implemented. And these are the direct jobs. And remember, for each direct job, you create 5 to 20 indirect jobs, which means that you could literally create an additional 7.5 to 30 million extra jobs based on these direct jobs. And we believe we will generate up to $30 billion US in export earnings, which would then become meaningful compared to what we're earning in oil. And of course, this will also improve our comparative advantage because a lot of our products today are not being fully utilized to achieve that advantage. And most importantly, we can adopt local models for achieving global best standards.
The next speaker, the Chief of Staff and Special Advisor to the President, African Development Bank, Professor Oyebanji Oyelaran Oyeyinka, who spoke on agro-industrialization. Professor Oyebanji Oyelaran Oyeyinka stressed the need for raising the standard of living of Nigerians through agriculture, adding that the focus of any good government should be to provide employment opportunities. He further explained how agro-industrialization can boost the nation's economy in a great way.
Nigeria is a large market. Nigeria is a very important country, and we should not be left behind going forward. Now, what is the theory of change for the next level? In summary, there are briefly. Number one is production expansion and production enhancement. In other words, we need to plant more, we need to add more acreage to the land that we are cultivating. Nigeria has 90% of all its arable land. Compared with Chad, for example, only 3% of the land in Chad is arable. So we are blessed. We have everything we need to go to this next level. The next thing that the zones do is to create proximity. When there is proximity, you reduce transaction costs. You bring small farmers together with large farmers. You bring processors together with aggregators. And you bring them into this particular geographic space in a way that you are able to generate price competitiveness. We are going to target a situation where losses of goods through lack of transportation and all that will be reduced to the minimum. And of course, this leads to progress and to prosperity.
The next speaker, Mr. Usman Guru Muhammad, the Managing Director, Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, took time to share power sector objectives for the next level. Mr. Muhammad said the government is committed to expanding the grid under the implementation of the Transmission Rehabilitation and Expansion TREP program.
Now, the first thing we need to make to modernize the grid are these. One, we need to have what they call frequency under control. For information, for the first time in the history of Nigeria, we achieved frequency control of 49.8 and 50.2 Hz for 65% of the time, from December 23rd to date, which means our stability of our grid in terms of frequency is the same as Ghana and is better than any other country in West Africa. We have not stopped at that. We have put those generators that are not providing free governor to provide it. And we believe by June this year, we should be able to have a frequency control that is better than any country in West Africa.
The next speaker, Mr. Kleber Garani, who represented an agency of the Brazilian government, spoke on the topic, Jobs in Agriculture Through Mechanized Farming. Mr. Kleber Garani of FVG Projectiles emphasized the need for capacity building, which the company has done in the last decade, training farmers on mechanized farming. He also spoke about the company's objective to build a research center in order to be able to produce high-quality seedlings, fertilizers, and pesticides.
The center will be basically capability to attend the smallholder farmer in several mechanized agricultural services. So, about the agricultural mechanization, and as I said to you, I think, or we think that's the best way to start the planning to produce the machinery equipment in Nigeria is with the assembly plants. And for this year, our target is to start this process immediately and to bring the capability to produce those kind of machinery. Just to remind you that Brazil has a similar soil and climate than Nigeria. So we have machinery and equipment very well adapted for this climate. So when you start the production here in Nigeria, we have sure that we are producing the appropriated equipment.
The Executive Director of Fame House Cinemas and Managing Director of Fame One Distribution and Production Limited, Mr. Moses Babatokwe, spoke on the topic, Creative Industry as a Job Spinner. Mr. Moses Babatokwe started by emphasizing that film, entertainment, music, fashion and lifestyle are major drivers of the creative industry with the ability to scale up job creation. He added that about $23 million was created from 45 cinemas between 2016 and 2018, recalling that it was at a period when Nigeria slipped into a recession that the cinema industry generated such huge revenues in 6 zeros. Mr. Moses Babatokwe posited that if such money can be made in the creative industry as well as stopping the box offices, then jobs can be created in the sector. He also seized the opportunity to implore the government to help create modalities to tackle piracy.
So we're very proud of we're very proud of the developments the cinema sector has made. And that's why we feel like there should be a spotlight, and we think that beyond the impact it's making box office wise, it can make an impact as far as job creation is concerned. Just to also give you an insight, like Ikem, the moderator said, a driver of the cinema sector is our own films, Nigerian films. These are the top grossing films. I don't know if you can see them very well. They're the top 15 or top 20 grossing films in Nigeria of all time. I think it's noteworthy to mention that as far as cinema going or the cinema culture, it returned in 2004, and it's just about 15 years old. As far as cinema going is concerned, and as far as the content shown in cinema is concerned, Nigerian films are driving the box office. 7 of the top 10 are Nigerian films, hence the mention of The Wedding Party, Chief Daddy, which His Excellency the Vice President went to see, and a number of films. And we're very bullish, and we believe that the local films will continue to drive the sector, creating jobs for the local producers. But as we also build more cinemas, there'll be more jobs created.
The final speaker of the day was the business analyst of Outsource Global Technologies, Mr. Hassan Maruf Mukhtar, who represented Mrs. Amal Hassan, the Chief Executive Officer of Outsource Global Technologies. Mr. Hassan Maruf Mukhtar spoke on the topic, Jobs in Technology Outsourcing. He said Nigeria should look at the underdeveloped countries, BPO service sector, and create business-friendly policies that would promote sustainable growth of the sector and ultimately leads to job creation and economic stability. Later on, the Vice-Chancellor of the Lagos State University, Professor Olariwaju Fagbohun, presented a book titled Statesmanship and Political Leadership, Analysis of Nigeria's Fourth Republic, in honor of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Professor Olariwaju Fagbohun stated that the book, written in honor of the national icon Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, tackles the national question of restructuring, political defection, democratic consolidation, godfatherism, political infrastructure, including the historic revolution of party system in Nigeria. Professor Olariwaju Fagbohun also added that the second phase of the book illustrates the different dimensions of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's political leadership brand and characterization of assets of the national question.
Your Excellencies, several scholars who have explored the role that qualitative leadership and statesmanship can play in building a persistent culture of responsibility, enduring social norms, and an institutional culture of sustainability have come to the conclusion that the death of leadership is indeed a defining challenge. It is against the background that the Lagos State University deemed it necessary to bring together distinguished scholars from across different schools of thought to share perspectives on the theme, statesmanship and leadership in Nigeria, analysis of development in Nigeria's Fourth Republic, a first script in honor of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. The edited book contains 22 highly analytical peer-reviewed scholarly presentations. There are 2 sections to the book. The first section contains intellectual discussions of the problematic dimensions of the competing perspectives of statesmanship and leadership. It covers topical subjects spanning the national question, including restructuring, political defection and democratic consolidation, godfatherism and political leadership, stomach infrastructure and political culture, historical evolution of the party system in Nigeria, and conflict management in latter democracies, the institutional challenges for successful electoral management. In the second section are a set of articles which interrogate different dimensions of Asiwaju's political leadership brand and characterization of aspects of the national question. 2 chapters examine the bureaucracy and media in the period between 1999 and 2007. A glimpse into all the chapters show robust discussions addressing the following: the developmental vision of Tinubu and his state-building drive.
Professor Olariwaju Fagbohun proceeded to make the book presentation to the birthday boy. In the address of the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, while speaking about the leadership qualities of the national icon, he recalled how he worked with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu on the legal battles of the Action Congress of Nigeria. hiring 63 thumbprint experts. He said they were able to prove that there was overvoting due to illegal thumbprinting, and in the end, the ACN was able to get some of the states that were taken. Professor Yemi Osinbajo also praised Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his dynamism in appointment and moves aimed at uniting Nigeria in the best way possible. He used the opportunity to talk about the major aim of the Buhari administration, which will focus on development in all areas.
We are here for the 11th edition of the Bola Tinubu Colloquium. This is a yearly development gathering, a yearly gathering where we try to question and interrogate some of the difficult questions on economic and social development, not just in Nigeria, but across the world. We do it in celebration of a man who has spent the last 30 years of his life in creative and formative leaders. And I believe that our country has been gifted by this great transformative leader, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I believe very strongly that this man's political trajectory has only just begun. He's a man who has tremendous gifting, and is a man who I believe God has a great plan ahead for. I pray for you, Asiwaju, that as your days, so shall your strength, so shall your wisdom, and so shall your favor with God. In Jesus' mighty name.
The celebrant, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his remark, started by describing the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, as a man of many talents. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, while congratulating his party, the All Progressives Congress APC, on their victory in the 2019 election, described the next level agenda as a plan to move Nigeria forward. He countered government's proposed plan on increasing value-added tax VAT, stating that there should be a question mark on the VAT plan and the government should be talking about widening the tax net instead of adding another layer of taxing. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu later advised the government to increase the capacity of electricity in the country to drive industrialization and create more jobs.
The next level must be seen as a part of a global and historic dynamic. Our pursuit of next level cannot be achieved by blindly following the economic path of other nations. I have seen a generic and homegrown innovation and creativity from various ideas that I've listened to here. I must congratulate this government. And I love what I've seen, and I believe in them that they will pursue it aggressively. We must construct our next level on a progressive ideology and vision that will take our people out of penury, diversify our economy, and more aggressively empower our youth and retrain our women and youth put together. To become the great nation that we want to be, we must reform and retool the economy according to our definition. What is best for our own people, we cannot assign that duty to anyone else. Here I must ask for a little liberty to amend the fine title of this colloquium. The title is Work for the People. We must simply work for the people in a way that enables them to better work for themselves. The dominant train of thought has made the people servant to the dictates of abstract economic theories. In a more effective system, the economy will be fashioned to serve the concrete needs and legitimate aspirations of the people. Our economy must be redefined to be an efficient yet moral social construct with the primary goal of optimizing long-term welfare of our people through sustained, productive, and full employment of labor, land, capital, and natural resources.
This was immediately followed by the toast and cake cutting session, which were both conducted by the Executive Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Abdulaziz Abubakar Yari, who's the chairman of the Governors Forum of Nigeria. The 11th Bola Tinubu colloquium ended with a photo and video session. After a long, inspiring session at the 11th Bola Tinubu colloquium, at exactly 10 p.m. on Thursday, the 28th of March 2019, eminent personalities gathered again at the Jake's Lounge in the Silverbird Galleria, 1161 Memorial Drive by Musa Yaradua Center, Abuja, for the second phase of the celebration of the life of a national icon, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Dignitaries looked their very best as they stepped out into the well-decorated venue of the event. The birthday boy, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, looking his usual self, appeared in a light blue agbada with her symbolic ash fila. He walked around and shook hands with virtually everyone in the hall. The program was compared by multi-talented ace comedian, TV personality and MC extraordinaire Benga Adeyinka. The president of the King's College Old Boys Association, Mr. Kashim Ibrahim Imam, who is a long-standing friend of the celebrant, who spoke for the organizers of the event, said it's difficult to talk about Asiwaju Bola Tinubu because he's a broad spectrum on his own. Alhaji Kashim Ibrahim Imam also described him as a bridge builder who brings many ethnic groups together to achieve one goal, a better Nigeria.
It is impossible to talk about Tinubu without talking about June 12th and vice versa. It is impossible to forget his commitment to the Hope 93 project as he crisscrossed the length and breadth of Nigeria. Committed everything to the project until Chief MKO Abiola won the freest and fairest election in Nigeria's history up to that point. Following the annulment, Tinubu was at the forefront of the struggle to actualize MKO Abiola's mandate. I can recall the countless strategy sessions at his office on Saka Tinubu and his house also in Victoria Island to brainstorm on the project. All of these, no doubt, came with a massive personal prize as some of our members were clamped into detention and others were forced into exile. Asiwaju, I'm sure that everybody here agrees with me that you have paid your dues, and they will certainly agree with me that you deserve much more than this celebration today. I congratulate you. I wish you decades of service to our fatherland. I'm proud to say that I consider you a friend, a brother, a mentor, and my leader. Thank you very much.
This was followed by the tribute session, which started with a tribute of Chief Dr. Yemi Ogunbiyi. He spoke about the leadership qualities of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and described him as a rare gem.
The Vice President said something today about Asiwaju and Asiwaju's skills at governance, his ability to pick a team to work with. That point was said almost in passing, but I think it's something we should reflect on. It was a cabinet that had, at that time we thought, and we said so in this country, that it was the best cabinet ever put together anywhere in this country, whether at the federal level or at the state level. It was a cabinet that had as Attorney General the current Vice President. It had as, on that same cabinet, Wale Edun as Minister for Commissioner for Finance. Also in that cabinet you had Yemi Cardoso. You had even Ben Akabueze was in that cabinet. You had, I think, Biton in that cabinet, Your Excellency. You also had in that cabinet my younger brother, who was Commissioner for Information, Delalake, in that same cabinet. It was the best cabinet anybody ever put together anywhere in this country. And when we say so, we say so almost in passing, but in fact, it's something that we ought to reflect on the skills of this man whom we celebrate today.
Former Deputy Governor of Plateau State, Dr. Pauline Talin, described the Jagaban of Bogu Kingdom, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, as a father of the voiceless and a true leader who leads by example.
Tonight is another great evening. Since morning, Nigeria stood still for this great Nigeria. What happened in the International Conference Center today, you will agree with me that this man deserves all the celebrations we are giving him this evening. He is a leader that has stood the test of time. He is the father of the voiceless. He doesn't need to know you. He doesn't need you to come and beg him before he can attend to you and wipe your tears. This is a leader that Nigeria is blessed with. He is the leader that has seen this party, the APC, to this success story that we are again celebrating for the second time. Asiwaju, I thank God for your life. Nigerian women celebrate you. Nigerian youth celebrate you. All the elders and every true Nigeria celebrates you.
Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, in his tribute, spoke highly of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He called him a true warrior who never backs down, stressing that he has paid his dues.
Asiwaju, thank you very much. You are the Omenife of Oka. You are the Jagaban Bogu and Asiwaju of Lagos and Universe. Everything you have done, God is taking note. We are here as your friends, and we are not only here as your friends, but to reassure you that you always get our support in future battles and wars ahead. Thank you very much.
The Director General of the Budget Office of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Ben Akabeze, who was a former commissioner in Lagos State, talked about the huge sense of humor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu possesses, recalling an incident that happened in 1991. He referred to the celebrant as God sent.
Asiwaju's benevolence is not tied to his politics. That's basically his nature. That's who he is. And that's part of what has drawn him to people. And I really hope that others, the many excellencies here, serving governors, newly elected governors, I hope that they will take, a leaf out of Asiwaju's book of national integration and unity. Asiwaju, with those few words, I'd like to just wish you all the very best, the many more years, fruitful years in the service of Nigeria. God bless you.
Vice Admiral Murtala Nyako, retired, former governor of Adamawa State, said he feels elated knowing that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is still waxing strong in politics. He described him as a great man among his peers.
Asiwaju, I wish you many happy return of today, and wish you more successes in your life, and wish you more contribution to making Nigeria great and greater. Thank you.
APC chieftain and former governor of Ogun State, Aremo Olusegun Oshoba, thanked Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for diversifying his political spectrum, as he is highly involved in Ogun State's political success story.
What can I say about Asiwaju Bola Tinubu? I'm already there. I saw what I do. Yes, sir. Àwọn tó bá wà lórí àwọn tí yí wọn mọ́lẹ̀ kélégbé àbí ògbé Thank you very much. I'm not going to say too much. The roots of the Tinubus are heavily embedded in Ogun State. The first yellow day is Tinubu. So my joy today is that we have produced the youngest. I told the president a few minutes ago, I said I come to present to you your youngest, newest governor from Ogun State, in Prince Dapo Abiodun. The joy is both for me and Bola Tinubu and Chief Bisi Akande. We produced Amosu in 2011. Now we have produced another young man, Dapo Abiodun, 2019. God bless you. Thank you very much.
In the address of the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, he described Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as a man with a huge heart filled with love. He also described him as a dogged politician and a goal-getter.
You know, you are the only one, sir, that to my hearing, President Muhammadu Buhari described you as his political partner. He has said that not once, not twice. And I am able to say, and I'm sure no one will contradict me here, that it is that partnership that gave birth to another national political party, which was necessary to stop people continuing to deceive people so that Nigeria may be free, and we are now free. So tonight, as you celebrate another 1 year, if it is for us to vote in this hall, we will say your today's age times 2 until Nigeria grows larger in population and more, and also larger in terms of economic, and of course produce, become a country in which every citizen has every right to be proud to call himself a Nigerian. And I'm sure we will get there in your own time and in our own time.
The toast was later proposed by APC chieftain Chief Bisi Akande.
Drink to a toast of long life for Bola Tinubu.
Prosperity, many more years of service to our nation, and may his service never grow dim. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip.
While Gbenga Adeyinka, the MC, did a countdown to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's birthday at exactly midnight of Friday, the 29th of March 2019. Former Governor of Osun State, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, later conducted the cake cutting exercise as everyone sang a happy birthday song for the celebrant. From Biscon Communications, we wish a national icon and the Jagaban of Bogu Kingdom, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, 67 hearty cheers.